Okay, hi there everybody. Here we have an essay. The level is C1. So topic, do we need longer shop opening hours? In your essay, you should discuss the consequences of longer shop opening hours on shopping behaviour. Examine the impact on people working in shops. Speculate about effects on tourism. Okay, and this essay is by Robert Müller, so thank you, Robert. You're on your way to the city centre to buy a good perfume. However, as you come nearer to the perfumery, you're realising that you have one big problem. This shop has just closed. In such moments, you may ask yourself, are such short opening hours still contemporary in this day and age? Okay, it's not bad. So you're on your way to the city centre to buy a good perfume. So nothing wrong with good, but let's see, if you want to pep up your essays, just try something else instead of the word good. Even just an excellent perfume, a designer perfume, a quality perfume, an upmarket perfume. So I'm going to put upmarket. There's nothing wrong with good, yeah, but an upmarket perfume. However, as you come near the perfumery, you're realizing that you have one big problem. Okay, so you're realizing, no, this needs to be a present simple. Yeah, you realize. So you realize. Okay, so why not a continuous tense? Because for me, either you realize something or you don't realize it. Yeah, it's not something where there's a process happening from one to the other. Yeah, and therefore in this way it's acting as a verb of state. Yeah, I'm going to put it realize with an S or a Z. Realize. I hate this ZS question. I'm happier with an S. You realise. So, you realise. Yeah, it dawns on you. You notice. You understand. Yeah, you realise. You are realising. I don't like the verb realise in a continuous tense unless you are realising a project, if it's really an activity. But this is like something switches on in your mind. You have one big problem. Colon. I like that. Now to me, we have this question of a capital letter after the colon. To me as a Brit, the English rule is different from the American rule. Yeah, in British English, you put a small letter after your colon. That is, unless the word is something that takes a capital letter no matter where you put it, as in somebody's name, Joseph or London or something like that. But the American rule says that you capitalize the letter after a colon if the thing that comes after is a full sentence. Yeah, this shop has just closed. That's a full sentence, therefore it's okay. So there's nothing wrong with this. The British rule is just easier. Okay. In such moments, you may ask yourself, fine. So let's snazz it up a bit. You may well ask yourself, it's quite a nice little easy way to do this. Oh yes, and going back to, you have just one big problem. Big. It's like this good. One major problem. Yeah. So words like big and good, yeah, or very, try and swap them for something a little bit more with a bit more life. It'll certainly add to your work. You may well ask yourself, are such short opening hours still contemporary in this day and age? I like this word contemporary. It's good. Okay, so yeah, it's not bad, and I like this as an introduction. It's putting you in a situation. Yeah. Another thing I would like with this as well. Okay, you've got adjectives. You haven't got a great number, but you've got a few. Yeah. Try and add some adjectives. Yeah. Some adverbs. Yeah. So you suddenly realize yeah, you are or what else? You're on your way. You're happily on your way. You're merrily on your way. Try adding adverbs. However, as you slowly come near, yeah, as you happily come near to the perfumery, yeah, and some adjectives as well, to the expensive perfumery, to the upmarket perfumery, yeah, to the most famous perfumery. Just try adding things, just adjectives and adverbs. Okay, so, but this is fine. So let's continue. In the following essay, I would like to give an answer on this controversial topic. Okay, that's fine. You give an answer. I might say, give my answer on this controversial topic. So, give, propose, set down, propound, argue, something like that. Yeah. So in this, in the following essay, I would like to propound my answer. So my answer, my solution to this controversial topic. Okay, to this controversial topic, to this highly controversial topic. Yeah, in the following essay, I would like to propound my solution to this highly controversial topic. It just sounds better, okay? And it goes without saying that short opening hours deteriorate the customer's freedom to shop whenever he or she wants, especially people who work long hours are strongly affected by shops which close early. Their only way out of this problem is to shop online. That in turn, however, reduces the profit of the already faltering local retail outlets. Therefore, I have to recognise that limiting opening hours by law takes a heavy toll on outlets on the spot from a general economic perspective. Okay, it's not bad again. It makes sense. It holds together. So it goes without saying that short opening hours deteriorate. I'm not very happy with deteriorate. The condition of something deteriorates. The weather deteriorates. Your health deteriorates. I would say would use the word diminish. So it goes without saying that short opening hours diminish the customer's freedom to shop. Okay, the customer's freedom to shop whenever he or she wants. Okay, so it goes without saying that short opening hours diminish the customer's freedom to shop whenever he or she wants. Yeah, I think that sounds okay. So this next sentence I want to change a bit. Especially people. So I think I would want to put that in the previous one. Especially people who work long hours are strongly affected by shops which close early. Let's try putting this affected. Okay, so this especially. Let's try it another way around. So the limited opening hours limited opening hours, and you've tried this strongly affected. So especially, yeah, I need a small e, especially affect people who work long hours. Limited opening hours especially affect people who work long hours. And then we can join that with the next one. And their only way out of this problem is to shop online. Okay, and their only way out of their sole solution to this problem is to shop online. And again, so limited opening hours especially affect people who work long hours, and their sole solution to this problem is to shop online, comma, which in turn however, I'm going to lose the however, which in turn reduces the profits, of local retail outlets that are already faltering. I love this word faltering. This word faltering is very good. Yeah? So, look how I've made a huge sentence out of this. Yeah? Limited opening hours especially affect people who work so limiting I've got hours and hours. So who work long shifts. Limited opening hours especially affect people who work long shifts, and their sole solution to this problem is to shop online, which in turn reduces the profit of local retail outlets that are already faltering. Right? Yeah. Therefore, I have to recognize that limiting opening hours, the limitation, the limitation of opening hours. We've got opening hours again. Let's try another phrase for opening hours. The limitation of trading hours, of the limitation of a shop being open for business. I therefore have to recognize the limitation of opening times. Okay, I could use this. This will probably sound better because this is too long. A limitation of opening times. So that are legal limitations on opening times will take a heavy toll on outlets on the spot. I'm not very happy with this on the spot. On high street retail outlets, on high street retail outlets from a general economical point of view. I think economic would be better from a general economic perspective. Yeah, the study is economics. On the other hand, we have to look on the big advantage that short opening hours bring with it. So the big advantage is that short opening hours bring with them, because they're plural. On the other hand, we have to look on the big advantages that shorter opening hours bring with them. Also, I think to look at the big advantages that short opening hours bring with them. In particular, for the labourers. You see, labourers, I'm not sure is a very good word. A labourer is somebody who does manual work, particularly on a building site or on a farm or in a factory. In particularly for, I would say, shop workers. Yeah. For example, the great stress relief for personnel working day after day in this area, thanks to a much less working time. Woof, this sentence is not so good. For example, so there, for example, a great stress relief, a great reduction in stress would result from reduced working times, working shifts, working hours. So, for example, a great reduction in stress for personnel, for staff, would result from reduced working hours. And, okay, not only salespeople themselves would benefit from that, but also their whole family. And I think I would want to put a semicolon here. That's a colon, that's a semicolon, and after a semicolon, not a capital letter. Okay, not only, and then use the inversion with this, not only would the salespeople themselves benefit from that, but also there would be benefits, there would be but also their whole family would stand to gain. But also their whole family would stand to gain from it. And okay, this last one in this one. More and more people are demanding a better work-life balance, and therefore such measures would be introduced on time. So, on time. I guess if there's a deadline, I want to really put the word timely here. More and more people are demanding a better work-life balance, and therefore such measures would be introduced at the right time. But let's see. If you put at the right time, this would work very nicely. Let's improve it again. I want to use this word timely. So, the implementation of these measures would be very timely in an age where more and more people are demanding a better work-life balance. You see, I've just turned it around. So, the implementation of these measures, of said measures, would be very timely in an age where more and more, fine, an ever-increasing number of people are demanding a better work-life balance. Moreover, shorter opening hours mean less motion in the city centre in general. Consequently, fewer people would drive around with their cars, which in turn would reduce air pollution and noise. Okay, so this moreover is perfectly fine. Maybe something like let us now look at the environmental consequences of this. Moreover, it works. You're very fond of taking one of these linkers and slapping it at the beginning. Try and make them a bit more interesting. Moreover, shorter opening hours would mean less motion, less travel, less activity, less trips, less journeys, less, movement. Movement in the city centre in general. And consequently, fewer people would drive around with their cars, which in turn would reduce air pollution and noise. Others may say customers would not heed the general intention of such laws to reduce their consumer behaviour, and instead switch to online shopping out of hand, which would cause even more air pollution. So, others may say customers would not heed the general intentions of such laws to their consumer behaviour, to limit their, I'm going to add, their consumerist behaviour, and instead would switch to online, and instead, out of hand, would switch to online shopping. And let's put, which in itself would cause, I need some commas here, which in itself would cause even greater air pollution. I am contrary to this argument and want to bring into play that this issue could also be tackled, I like this word tackled, by imposing separate restricting laws. So I'm contrary to this argument. Yeah, you can say that. I strongly disagree with this argument, and I want to bring into play the idea that this issue could also be tackled by imposing separate restrictive legislation. And in conclusion, yes, there is no doubt that tourists may be put off by less shopping opportunities, and local shops would make less money. But in times of climate change, we have to see the bigger picture and measures that protect our nature, need to be prioritized. So, this tourist bit, you've just jammed it in at the end. Yeah, at least you're trying to answer the question. Yeah, you probably needed to say something about tourists further up, but we're already getting quite long. So in conclusion, there is no doubt. So yes, there is clearly no doubt that tourists may be put off by fewer shopping opportunities, and local shops might make less money. But in times of climate change, we have to see the bigger picture and prioritize measures, MEASUR, measures that protect nature, that protect our environment. So, what would I say about this? I think overall I'm going to give it a 6.5 at level C2. You've definitely been more adventurous, and I like that. That's really good. Yeah. You still have a problem trying to put it all together so that it sounds natural. Yeah. Be careful of this with continuous tenses. Yeah, for things that should be states. I'd like more adjectives and more adverbs. Yeah. So I think overall you've done quite a good job. You've started to use more interesting vocabulary, and there are clearly several interesting ones. Yes, I like this not only, but use not only with the inversion. Not only would the sales people benefit, but not only is it cheaper, but it's also better quality. Not only does he speak French, but also he speaks German. Yeah. Okay, so the vocabulary you've used is definitely better. Yes, you're doing quite well with this, starting with one of these at the beginning. Yeah, try to find more enterprising ways of doing that. Yeah. Moreover, in addition to this, yeah, further benefits would accrue, or further benefits, or further effects of shorter work opening hours would mean, yeah. Okay, so you're doing quite well with these, but I want something a little more with them. So I'm going to stop there. Good work, and thank you very much, Robert.